And a lot of people are thinking, what is that going to be rated? That's going to be the first thing going through the mind. And I guarantee you, unless the MPAA system does something to fix and correct this situation and basically put an end to what Doug puts, the insanity, the brokenness of the system, to where finally you can distinguish what is G and what is R and what is PG, what is PG-13, and what is NC-17. Until they do it, I guarantee you, unless that MPAA system is fixed, next year's Smurfs, The Lost Village, is getting a freaking PG rating. You know that already. Heck, My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, the movie, or My Little Pony the movie, 2017, coming out next year in October. A lot of people will say, oh, it's going to get a G rating. There's no doubt about it. I don't think so. Unless things get fixed, unless things get sorted out, My Little Pony the movie is getting a freaking PG rating, whether you like it or not. It is. It's going to get a PG rating no matter what. I mean, we thought 30-something years ago the rating system was broken. It's nothing compared to where it is now. And I think that's the one thing Doug meant with this video, is, does PG mean anything anymore? Well, apparently it doesn't. It doesn't mean diddly squat anymore, due to the fact that if I was just checking my time, obviously you now notice it's in a second video, so I do apologize. But, I think that's what Doug was bringing up with this Nostalgia Critic editorial. It's the fact that when he asked the question, does PG mean anything anymore? Obviously it doesn't really mean anything. Back in the 80s and even the 90s, it meant something. It meant like, okay, it's got violence, it's got some swear words. And you need to have a parent with you. So you're telling me nowadays, some of these horror films that get PG-13 ratings, a 13-year-old could go and see, but they got to have the parent, can go see on their own. But if a kid, maybe 12 years old, wanted to see it, they have to have a parent. Even though it's technically an R-rated film. I mean, this system is so broken to the point that it can't be taken seriously anymore. It can't be. It cannot be taken seriously, and that's a sad fact. So the MPAA, they have to do something. They have to get this fixed. I mean, I understand and in a way respect that you want to bring in the crowds. You want to make that money. And that you realize, hey, if we rate this a rating that it really needs, it's not going to do it. But if we rate it this, if we give it this rating, it's going to do it. And I can respect and understand from a business standpoint you wanting to do that. But the fact of the matter is, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work, and it never will work. And sooner or later, unless something happens, there's going to be a lot of backlash coming back at you guys. I guarantee this, when My Little Pony the movie gets its first teaser, its first trailer, and then it gets its rating, and it's rated PG, there's going to be a lot of families that are going to say, and I'm pretty sure the whole freaking Brony Pegasus community is going to come out and say, hey, we might be fans of the show, but even the show itself is not TVY7. I mean, the only time it was TVY7 was for the season 4 finale, and that was it because of the battle sequence between Twilight and that Lord Turagon, or whatever his name is. And that was it. That was the only other time, that's the only time it ever got a Y7 rating. Most of the time it's been Y, basically G. So I can almost guarantee that there'll probably be some kind of discussion, some kind of controversy if it gets a PG rating. Because even those fans will come out and say, hey, look, you can have all the celebrity guests you want, but if this trailer and the synopsis and everything is telling us anything, it's a G-rated film. Don't be worried about that. But then again, we got to look at who's distributing it, right? Hasbro, Allspark, and Lionsgate. There's your answer. There's your answer. Overall, basically what I'm trying to say here in this two-part reply is I do agree with Doug. This is Doug, Nostalgia Critic. And again, my condolences go out to you and your family for your mom's passing. But I do agree with him on this. The system is broken. It needs to be fixed because it is utter insanity that movies that should have an actual R rating or a G rating have the opposite. They have PG and PG-13. And movies that should have NC-17 have R. And movies that should be PG have PG-13. So, I don't know. All I'm going to say is this. Hopefully they fix this. Hopefully they fix it immediately, because you know what? Sooner or later there's going to be tons and tons of backlash. Sooner or later somebody's going to come out and say, look, it doesn't matter if you want to be edgy. It doesn't matter if you want to bring in the big bucks during the weekend. These movies are not PG-13. They are R-rated. These movies are not PG. They are G-rated. These PG-13s are not PG-13s. They're PG. These R-rateds are not R-ratings. They're NC-17. Sooner or later, someone's going to come out and talk about that, bring that up in Congress. I guarantee you that's what's going to end up in Congress, in State or House, and something's going to be done. And the MPAA, they have to fix this, and they have to fix this now. So, I mean, because think about it. If that was the problem with the TV rating system, imagine this. WWE made a mistake one time when they put a TVG rating on the Monday Night Raw program. Imagine if they did that right now. Imagine they put a TV PG rating on SummerSlam, and towards the end you saw freaking Randy Orton getting busted up by Brock Lesnar. Is that G-rated? You hear Brock on the mic doing a promo, and you have several words bleeped out. Is that G-rated? No, that would screw things up. People would go after WWE. That's why they have TV PG-V or TV PG-LV. Because at least they're saying, hey, this is our acknowledgement of being a PG-13 product. Or a PG product with violence. Simple math. It's simple intuition. It's simple acknowledgement. You cannot rate something you cannot rate something another rating when you know it's actually this rating. You can't rate a horror movie PG-13 when you know it has R elements in it. I mean, yeah, you can, with a PG-13 rating and, you know, maybe PG once in a while, you can sneak in a word that's more suitable for the rating of PG-13 or R. You can do that. But most of the time you don't. Most of the time it's not done that way. So all I'm saying, folks, all I'm saying is this. MPAA has to do something about this, and they have to do something about it now. Because if they don't, I guarantee you, 2017 is going to be the beginning of a huge backlash. And I think the MPAA knows that. So that's just my reply in two parts to Doug's video of does PG mean anything anymore. Again, my prayers and condolences go up to Doug Walker's family and with the passing of his mom. And that's all I'm going to really say, guys. Let me know what you all think down below. Take your time in watching these, and I'll talk to you all later.